Welcome to the captivating world of The Bold and the Beautiful, a timeless soap opera that has enthralled audiences for decades with its intricate web of romance, betrayal, and family drama. Set against the glamorous backdrop of Los Angeles's high-fashion industry, the show masterfully intertwines the lives of its central characters, primarily focusing on the Forrester and Logan families. At its core lies an enduring love triangle that has become one of the most iconic storylines in television history: Ridge Forrester, Brooke Logan, and Taylor Hayes. Today, we delve into one of the most dramatic arcs in this saga, a tale of love, manipulation, heartbreak, and betrayal that keeps viewers coming back for more. Ridge Forrester is a man who has everything: charm, wealth, good looks, and a successful career as a designer at his family's fashion house, Forrester Creations. Yet, when it comes to matters of the heart, Ridge has always been a deeply conflicted man. Despite being engaged to Taylor Hayes, a kind-hearted psychiatrist who has been his steadfast partner through many ups and downs, Ridge remains emotionally tethered to Brooke Logan. Brooke is a fiercely ambitious woman whose love for Ridge has defined much of her life. However, Ridge's inability to fully commit to either woman creates an emotional tug-of-war that leaves both women scarred. The story begins with Ridge preparing for his wedding to Taylor. On the surface, it seems like a joyous occasion, a culmination of their long-standing relationship. However, viewers know that Ridge's heart is not entirely with Taylor. His history with Brooke looms large over their relationship. Whenever Ridge and Brooke have disagreements or fallouts, he finds solace in Taylor's arms. Yet just as quickly as he turns to Taylor for comfort, he often changes his mind and returns to Brooke. This pattern has created years of heartbreak for both women. Brooke is well aware of Ridge's indecisiveness but refuses to let go of him entirely. Her love for him is obsessive and all-consuming. Even though she knows Ridge is about to marry Taylor, she cannot bear the thought of losing him forever. Deep down, Brooke believes that if she cannot have Ridge completely, then neither should Taylor. This sets the stage for one of Brooke's most devious schemes, a plan to sabotage Ridge and Taylor's wedding. On the night before the wedding, Brooke invites Ridge out for drinks under the guise of wanting to wish him well. However, her true intentions are far from innocent. She plans to use this opportunity to lure Ridge back into her arms one last time. Unbeknownst to Ridge, Brooke spikes his drink with alcohol to lower his inhibitions. As the night progresses and Ridge becomes increasingly intoxicated, Brooke takes advantage of the situation. They end up in bed together. A calculated move by Brooke to ensure that Ridge will be emotionally compromised on his wedding day. The next morning, Ridge wakes up in a state of panic and confusion. Realizing what has happened between him and Brooke fills him with guilt and dread. He knows he has betrayed Taylor on the eve of their wedding, a betrayal that could shatter her trust in him forever. Despite his inner turmoil, Ridge decides to go through with the wedding as planned. He convinces himself that what happened with Brooke was a mistake that can be buried in the past. However, Brooke has no intention of letting this secret stay hidden. In an audacious move that shocks everyone involved, she arranges for a video recording of her intimate night with Ridge to be played during the wedding ceremony itself. As guests gather in anticipation of celebrating love and unity between Ridge and Taylor, they are instead greeted by footage that reveals Ridge's betrayal in vivid detail. The fallout from this revelation is immediate and devastating. The guests are horrified by what they see, whispers ripple through the crowd as shock turns into outrage. But no one is more devastated than Taylor herself. She had placed her trust in Ridge, believing that he had finally chosen her over Brooke, and now she feels utterly humiliated in front of her family and friends. Taylor's heartbreak is palpable as she storms out of the ceremony without giving Ridge a chance to explain himself. For Taylor, this betrayal is not just about infidelity, it represents years of emotional manipulation by both Ridge and Brooke. She realizes that she can no longer compete in this toxic love triangle where her feelings are constantly disregarded. Ridge tries desperately to explain himself to Taylor after the incident, but his words fall on deaf ears. This time, Taylor refuses to listen or forgive him. Her departure from the wedding marks a turning point in her character arc. A moment where she finally prioritizes her own self-worth over her love for Ridge. This dramatic sequence highlights one of the central themes of The Bold and the Beautiful, how love can be both redemptive and destructive. The rivalry between Brooke and Taylor exemplifies how far people are willing to go when driven by passion and jealousy. While both women genuinely love Ridge in their own ways, their constant competition for his affection ultimately brings out their worst qualities. Brooke's actions during this storyline are particularly controversial among fans. While some viewers admire her determination and cunning intelligence, others criticize her for crossing ethical boundaries in pursuit of what she wants. Her decision to manipulate Ridge into sleeping with her, and then publicly expose their encounter, raises important questions about consent and morality. Taylor emerges from this storyline as a more sympathetic figure. A woman who has been wronged repeatedly but refuses to let herself be defined by those experiences. Her decision to walk away from Ridge demonstrates strength and resilience, a refusal to settle for less than she deserves. Ridge himself remains one of television's most polarizing characters due to his chronic indecision when it comes to matters of love. While some fans view him as a tragic figure torn between two equally compelling women, others see him as selfish, someone who refuses to take responsibility for his actions or make definitive choices. Beyond its central love triangle involving Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor, The Bold and the Beautiful explores broader themes such as family loyalty versus personal ambition, forgiveness versus accountability, tradition versus modernity, power dynamics within relationships, gender roles within society, generational conflicts within families, mental health challenges faced by individuals under pressure from societal expectations, and much more. For example, Eric Forrester, Ridge's father, often serves as moral compass amidst chaos surrounding family business operations at Forrester Creations. Meanwhile, Steffi, Ridge's daughter, mirrors similar dilemmas faced earlier generation characters like younger version Brooke. Additionally, glamorous settings like Beverly Hills fashion runways juxtaposed against raw emotional struggles make Bold uniquely relatable across diverse global audience demographics spanning decades since original airing late 1980s. As you reflect upon unforgettable moments shared today alongside millions worldwide loyal fans tuning daily weekday afternoons US-based CBS Network's international syndication feeds alike, remember why Bold Beautiful continues thriving vibrant force pop culture landscape year after year, decade upon decade. Next, we will learn about the explosive drama unfolding in the world of Bold and Beautiful that will leave you breathless with anticipation for what's coming next week. Steffi's fierce defense and unexpected alliances. The tension between the Spencer and Forrester families has reached a boiling point as Steffi Forrester makes a dramatic appearance at Bill Spencer's mansion. With fire in her eyes and determination in her heart, she confronts the media mogul with unrestrained fury, defending her ex-husband Liam, who previously stood up for her honor. The irony of this situation creates a fascinating dynamic, Steffi defending the man who defended her, showcasing the complex web of relationships that define Los Angeles' elite social circles. "I won't stand by while you endanger everyone I care about," Steffi declares, her voice trembling with barely contained rage as she faces the man who pardoned her would-be killer. The luxurious surroundings of Bill's mansion contrast sharply with the ugliness of their confrontation, crystal chandeliers witnessing the heated exchange between two of the show's most formidable personalities. This confrontation follows a pattern of protective behavior that seems to run in the Forrester bloodline, as Steffi's cousin Electra demonstrated similar fearlessness when confronting Luna earlier in the week. Perhaps this boldness in the face of danger is what has kept the Forrester dynasty thriving through decades of threats and challenges. Ridge's return and Brooke's mysterious request. The corporate landscape at Forrester Creations shifts dramatically as Ridge Forrester returns to his co-CEO position alongside his daughter Steffi. His presence brings a renewed sense of stability to the fashion house, though complications loom on the horizon. The boardroom, with its sleek glass table and panoramic views of Los Angeles, becomes the stage for potential power struggles and unexpected alliances. Brooke Logan, still maintaining her position with her signature lingerie line Brooke's Bedroom, approaches Ridge with an enigmatic request. The nature of this favor remains shrouded in mystery. Could she be advocating for her daughter Hope's reinstatement at Forrester Creations? Or perhaps, despite her current relationship status, she's testing the waters for a romantic reconciliation with her frequent flame Ridge? The awkwardness of their professional relationship cannot be overstated. How can Ridge design for Brooke's intimate apparel line while involved with another woman? The creative meetings must be fraught with unspoken tension, lingering glances, and the weight of their complicated history hanging in the air between fabric swatches and design sketches. Liam's explosive confrontation with Bill. The Spencer mansion becomes a battleground as Liam Spencer confronts his father Bill with unbridled fury over his decisions regarding Luna Nozawa. The normally composed Liam transforms into a tornado of rage, his voice echoing through the modernist architecture of Bill's home as he accuses his father of endangering innocent lives, particularly Steffi's, whom Liam still clearly prioritizes above all others. "You've unleashed a monster on this city," Liam shouts, pacing across the Italian marble floors, gesturing wildly as his father watches with characteristic steel in his eyes. The confrontation escalates beyond a simple disagreement, threatening to permanently damage their already fragile father-son relationship. Bill Spencer, never one to accept criticism meekly, likely responds with his trademark cutting remarks. Their history suggests he won't hesitate to remind Liam of his own moral failings, perhaps referencing his son's tendency to waffle between women or his self-righteous attitude. The tension between them crackles like electricity, two generations of Spencer men locked in an ideological battle with no clear winner in sight. Hope's heartbreak and Deacon's support. In the cozy, unpretentious surroundings of Deacon Sharp's apartment, Hope Logan finds a sympathetic ear for her mounting troubles. The contrast between this humble setting and the luxury she's accustomed to at Forrester Creations underscores her current fall from grace. With tears streaming down her face, Hope pours out her feelings of betrayal and abandonment to her father. "Everyone I trusted has turned against me," she confides, detailing how Steffi cancelled her fashion line despite promises from Eric and Ridge, how her own mother Brooke threatened eviction, and how her relationship with Carter Walton imploded spectacularly. The pain in her voice is palpable as she recounts each disappointment, each betrayal cutting deeper than the last. Deacon, eager to strengthen his bond with his daughter, listens intently. His eyes light up with an idea as Hope finishes her tale of woe. With characteristic enthusiasm, he extends an offer that could change everything for Hope, perhaps management of his restaurant Il Giardino, or maybe a place to stay away from Brooke's property. This opportunity represents not just a professional lifeline but a chance for Hope to redefine herself outside the shadow of the Forrester empire and her mother's influence. The Electra-Luna showdown and Sheila's reaction. The confrontation between Electra Forrester and Luna Nozawa escalates to dangerous levels as Electra boldly threatens the young woman with connections to notorious villain Sheila Carter. The jewelry design studio at Forrester Creations becomes an unlikely arena for this clash of wills, elegant display cases and design sketches surrounding the two women as they face off. "Stay away from Will Spencer," Electra demands, her designer glasses flashing in the studio lights as she points an accusatory finger at Luna. Her protective instincts toward her family member override any sense of self-preservation, despite Luna's dangerous connections. Luna's response is chillingly calm, perhaps a smile playing at the corners of her mouth as she considers the jewelry designer's threats. What could Electra possibly do to someone connected to Sheila Carter? The imbalance of power is evident. Luna's villainous pedigree far outweighs any social influence Electra might wield. Sheila Carter, observing this confrontation with her granddaughter, sees with barely contained rage. Her protective instincts toward Luna mirror the Forrester women's loyalty to their own, creating an interesting parallel between these opposing forces. Sheila's history suggests that anyone threatening her family faces severe consequences, a reality Electra seems dangerously unaware of as she makes her stand. Medical emergency and Sheila's potential exposure. A mysterious 911 crisis looms on the horizon for the week of April 7 to 11, with someone facing a serious medical emergency. The hospital corridors may soon be filled with worried family members, doctors rushing between rooms, and the beeping of medical equipment creating a soundtrack to the unfolding drama. Simultaneously, Sheila Carter faces potential exposure for her past crimes, the walls potentially closing in on the villain who has terrorized Los Angeles for decades. Her carefully constructed new life could crumble at any moment, leaving her vulnerable to justice at last. The question remains, who has discovered evidence against her, and how far will Sheila go to protect her freedom? Brooke Logan pushes forward with determination, though her exact agenda remains unclear. Is she advocating for her daughter, pursuing Ridge, or perhaps involved in exposing Sheila? The coming week promises to reveal her true intentions as the complex chess game of power and relationships continues to unfold in the glamorous world of Los Angeles fashion. Next, we will learn about the issues brewing in the world of Bold and Beautiful, where family tensions and romantic entanglements continue to captivate viewers across the globe. An interesting discovery was made while examining the April 1st episode credits. Both Joshua Hoffman and Matthew Atkinson remain listed as contract actors, which raises questions about potential character returns or ongoing storylines. This detail, though seemingly minor, could hint at future plot developments that might surprise longtime viewers. Further investigation is needed to determine whether this is a recent change or if they've consistently remained in the credits despite their characters' current absence from the main storylines. Speaking of exciting production news, Bold and Beautiful's production team is currently in Italy scouting locations for an upcoming shoot. This international venture suggests viewers can anticipate some breathtaking Mediterranean scenery serving as the backdrop for what will likely be dramatic confrontations or romantic interludes among the show's beloved characters. Previous international shoots have often coincided with major storyline developments, so this Italian excursion could signal pivotal moments ahead for several key characters. Will's disapproval of his father's actions regarding Luna adds another layer to Bill's mounting problems. The young Spencer joins Liam and Steffi in expressing concern about Bill's decisions, creating a three-front family conflict that Bill must navigate. This father-son tension could potentially drive Will to align himself with other family members or even take independent action to address what he perceives as his father's misguided choices. The dynamic between Bill and his youngest son has always been complex, and this disagreement might fundamentally alter their relationship moving forward. The workplace dynamic at Forrester Creations continues to grow increasingly uncomfortable as Brooke struggles to maintain professional boundaries with Ridge. Despite his clear commitment to Taylor Hayes, Brooke appears determined to win back her former husband, creating an awkward atmosphere in the design studio. Ridge faces the challenging task of managing this tension while preserving both his professional relationship with Brooke and his romantic commitment to Taylor. The fashion house, once again, becomes the stage for personal drama that could impact business decisions and family alliances. Finn's internal conflict regarding his biological mother and daughter situation continues to deepen. While outwardly complying with Steffi's boundaries concerning Sheila's involvement with Luna, his hesitation suggests unresolved feelings about these family connections. The upcoming medical crisis might force him to confront these emotions directly, especially if Steffi's actions during this emergency contradict his own instincts about what's best for Luna. This potential breaking point could shatter the delicate balance the couple has maintained regarding Sheila's presence in their lives. The relationship between Luna and her grandmother Sheila takes center stage as Sheila's excessive indulgence of Luna raises red flags. Her determination to fulfill Luna's every desire, regardless of consequence, demonstrates both her genuine affection for her granddaughter and her problematic approach to expressing that love. Meanwhile, Deacon remains unaware of Sheila's manipulative behavior, though his eventual discovery seems inevitable. When that revelation comes, it will likely trigger significant fallout that could endanger Sheila's newfound family connections and whatever stability she's managed to establish. Sheila's obsessive dedication to her granddaughter Luna continues to intensify, manifesting in her determination to fulfill Luna's every desire regardless of cost or consequence. This excessive generosity masks Sheila's deeper motivations, using Luna as both a means of redemption and a way to establish the family connection she's long craved. Deacon remains oblivious to the extent of Sheila's manipulation, creating a precarious situation that grows more unstable with each passing day. When the truth inevitably emerges about Sheila's duplicitous behavior, the confrontation with Deacon will likely expose the fragility of their relationship and potentially sever the tenuous family bonds Sheila has worked to establish. The question isn't if Sheila will be exposed, but rather how catastrophic the fallout will be for everyone involved in this complex family dynamic.